Poquoson was the only person he knew that could be wrong every day of his life to keep his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you know anything about that bike pan? South Austin? Yeah. Okay. Just seems like a planning related thing, but I guess they're just doing their own.
Oh, yes, that's right. It was right for
I know. It's like share. You can do it. Just
Well,
wanna know
this
what
should
you're
be
up to.
something that we talk
Yeah.
There's Jane where it comes on.
I enjoy it, but that's okay.
Guess this is the
Yeah, well, that's all
I
right.
apologize, I got to say the couldn't.
You're
See if I
in
can
good
find
shape.
a pen before we get ready. I think I got one. Here we go. Okay. All right.
The red light means you're on.
Got my pen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's voice activated.
All right, so I guess this is it.
Yeah, we have Tanya O'Connell here today to talk about the constrained capital improvements plan. We also have a host of city representatives, if y'all have any questions tonight. And without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for allowing us to present the recommended CCIP. This is our third year of doing a constrained CIP, so we do want to thank you for that. Also, for our audience listening at home, you can find the CCIP on the agenda for the Planning Commission, so please, if you're at home listening, please take a link and click on that to pull it up if you like. Also, just want to point out that the plan presented to you is constrained. What that means is it's constrained to the revenue that we're going to receive from projects. Typically, the revenues we receive are grant-related, state funding, and of course, bond issuance. So without further ado, I'd like to point out on page 5 of your book, you'll have the recommended projects that the city manager would like to bring forward. And as you can see, we have the school projects identified by debt, and then we have a few that are related to state funding, and of course our utility projects, which are revenue funding. And so for that, for 21, we would wish to bring those forward. There's about 4.3 million. What I also like to go over is on page 6 of the document, or I'm sorry, page 7, 6 and 7. 7 is actually what the department heads has requested of the document. And they're here tonight if you have any questions that you'd like to ask them, as well as the superintendent. But what we've done differently in the past, based on your request, is we've included what status are our projects. Have they been completed? Where they're at? So we hope that you found that in the document. For the middle school, you were able to go to the school's link, find all the information that the superintendent has constantly updated on their website. And then any other additional projects that have been in the past. Not to take anybody's thunder, but I want to see if y'all have any questions, concerns, if you wish to discuss any certain projects that we brought forward.
A question about the Laden Way improvements. Is that contingent on the matching grant? If we don't get that, will that be taken off?
That is contingent on a grant. At a city council meeting, they did propose applying for the grant because it's a one-for-one grant. So assuming that we get the state grant, we we will match the additional 300,000 that's needed to complete that.
We will not pursue that improvement if we do not
I
receive
cannot
the
say
grant.
that we will
Okay.
not, but that'll be up for city council if they wish to continue with that project.
Thank you.
I'm probably getting way ahead of ourselves, but and this probably is not important, but on page 38, where we talk about the extension of Whiff Creek Road, I understand the funding. But the last sentence in the description talks about a reversible three-lane design. But what I read, I thought I read in council minutes a number of months ago, VDOT had moved away from the reversible line, it was just simply going to go the turn lane, is that correct?
I'm actually going to defer that to, well, Ellen is saying no, that is not correct.
They're still looking for 3 lane.
They are still looking at the three-lane design?
Yes.
And then I just wasn't sure. I thought I had read that they would go, yeah, same with 3 lanes, but I thought I read they were doing away with the reversible part.
They are still considering that.
I did not realize that.
I just have a comment, something that I'm really pleased with. I did read the status update for the improved audiovisual for the council meetings and the city meetings. And I'm really excited about that. A number of times I try to watch city council meetings from home or watch the YouTube videos, and you can't quite hear what's going on, so I'm really excited that that's going to be occurring quite shortly, I think, starting this month or next month.
It's hopeful. We are trying to present something to city council this month. We will definitely get started in December.
It's great, thank you.
If I may ask you, because I was going to ask about that too. Again, I know nothing about this material, so don't get me wrong. Is what you're presenting going to be a replacement, something new, or a sort of, I'm just going to use the bad word, Band-Aid fix? Because I'm not in favor of any kind of Band-Aid fixes. This system doesn't work very well.
The city manager's not into a Band-Aid fix as well.
Oh, good.
We are replacing something new. It's going to be user-friendly for the operators. It's going to have kind of a multi-phase to where it's going to be high definition. Our end user at home can actually see what's going on, as well as you can go on YouTube and see live. So it's not a Band-Aid, it is brand new.
I think it's the voice part that everybody has trouble with. You can't hear it. When you can hear it, it's all mumbled. That's what I think that's what Angie was talking about as well, right? You just can't make out what's said.
Yeah, you can't, the mics won't turn on, or people won't turn on their mics, so you do miss a lot of the discussion.
But we're excited to bring that forward to city council, so hopefully in January, at your first planning commission meeting, that'll be in effect. If approved.
Well, that's good. It's like a Christmas gift. My last comment, and again, this is probably well beyond the scope of the CIP, but I noticed in the school system, talking about bus replacement, and I don't know if it's possible, but what I see and what I see people talking about, I would like to recommend that if it's at all possible, that new buses be equipped with cameras. That's a seems to be a major concern of a lot of people in the city about cars just whizzing past buses. I don't know if it just makes sense that it would be cheaper to have them come with a camera in them than a retrofit, in my opinion.
Definitely will make sure the
Well, it's a suggestion. I
superintendent
don't know if it's practical. I don't know if it's doable, but it should be considered.
Okay. And we also have Steve Pappas, the Executive Director of Transportation, is here.
Want me to answer that?
Would you like Dr. Parrish to?
I just make the suggestion. I don't think it's necessary to respond unless she wants to.
I just talked to Steve, and we're gonna put some new LED lighting, very bright flashing lighting on the buses that I think should help with that. We're gonna have some new lighting on our buses that will make the stops even more obvious than they are, which we think will help people understand they need to not pass by the bus. We do have cameras so that the community knows inside the buses and actually outside through those cameras, but those are the adjustments. certainly look into exterior cameras in the future, but.
So that's, okay, I appreciate it, but I think that the LED is good. It's good for people who are missing it, it's not good for people who choose to ignore it. I don't know if that's the case, but
I
there
will-
seems to be a lot.
yeah. I will say that when our bus drivers are able to see who did that, the Poquoson Police Department has been fantastic of
Good.
working with us, and reports are filed with them, which they gotten support from them as well.
I think that's great.
I have one more question, just out of my own curiosity. The With Creek road signal upgrade, do you know when that's actually going to occur and whether that's going to have an impact to traffic for an amount of time? It's actually one that's already, I think, been funded or appropriated. It's on page 14. It's one of our, it's under the status updates at the bottom of page 14.
Okay, the traffic signal upgrade project is in the design phase. I was saying earlier today, we just got some, the 60% design submittal was submitted to VDOT, and there was some delay in getting it reviewed. We got response today. There were no comments, so we're good to move on to getting that final submission in. Because we're probably looking at upgrading it over the summer. And that involves all four intersections, just basically updating the hardware and improving the pedestrian signalization, so we have a little bit of safer lights.
Will it make the light, I guess, smarter? I know right now, a lot of times I'll pull up, and even though there's no one in the turning lane, it will give the, right-of-way access to the protected turn.
The signalization, as part of the project, we have someone looking at the timing and looking at the sequencing. I won't guarantee that you won't have to wait at a signal, but we are looking at, we have had someone out there looking at the signals to try to optimize it. Because the software is being updated, it will be easier to change the timing in the future.
While you're still here, to save you jumping up and down. Could you walk me through the stormwater improvements for $1 million for the TMTDL? Could you give me some example? When I read, I wasn't quite sure about the EPA and all of the requirements, but what do we physically do as part of those projects?
We are required under the Bay TMDL program to provide retrofits or buy credits or obtain credits that will increase the amount of pollution removal that's credited to the city. Specifically, retrofits would be to our drainage system, and you can see them next to the library and also up at Victory Boulevard near City Hall. We've widened the ditch to create sort of a pond there, and there's a pond near the library as well. Those are past retrofits that were used to meet earlier goals. There's currently a program with HRC, so for the next 5-year period, what we have proposed in our action plan, how we're going to meet our next 5-year goal through the year 2023, that we use HRSD capacity credits for that.
And how does that work?
Basically, it's a nutrient credit trading system. You may have heard in the news about carbon trading or other type of pollution removal. HRSD is exceeding its requirements by so much that they are producing credits, because the citizens of Poquoson and the citizens of their service area are all paying for these credits through their user fees, your sewage bills. What HRSD is doing is saying, okay, the localities can use some of these credits that we have generated, this additional pollution removal that we're doing, to meet other goals, in this case, the Bay TMDL goals. That's what we have proposed to use through 2023. We submitted our action plan the summer of 2018, and we've submitted the draft plan again this fall. And in both cases, we are relying primarily on these credits. Now, the reason you see funding in the CIP is because the state is in the process of updating its program plans, what it's planning to do for the next 8 years. And they haven't really approved our action plan yet. They haven't approved any of the localities' action plans. So until we do, retrofits are so expensive that there's money set aside as a placeholder. Once we get that plan accepted, we will be good 2023, okay? Between 2023 and 2028, we're going to have to come up with more retrofits to the next goal. It's a very complicated program. I hope I didn't confuse the issue.
So this, in other words, this is a future entity. I'm not sure exactly the extent
We
of.
may have to, if they decide that we cannot use the credits, even though they're legally allowed, we may have to come back and do something quickly. And in that case, we would be spending this money for more ponds, that sort of thing. And as soon as we know what the state is going to do, we'll be able to get a little bit more definitive with the money we're putting aside for the program.
I don't have any. I thought it was well put together.
Well, after work session, we have presented this to you during the regular agenda, and that we are asking for approval to recommend the CCIP to the city council. And thank you for allowing us to present.